Oh, headbutt from Dean Ambrose. Now what?
Cena's trying to hang on dear life, but Ambrose
better hang on. No, he's got him now. Oh!
Attention, we're doing a giveaway, and if you want to win an Xbox One, some wrestling merchandise, or even an Amazon gift card, then like this video right now and subscribe. Then click the link at the top of the description and officially enter. WWE really doesn't get the props that it deserves for all the good that it can do in a year's time, and this list is not going to help justify that either. I'm D Wicket, and these are the 10 biggest WWE fails of 2017. Number 10, Seth Rollins' face turn. It's been awful, just awful. I mean, his current work right now is good and all. He's great. I loved his whole thing with Dean Ambrose and their storyline of how they're teaming and that they're not going to team, and then now they're actually back. But holy fuck, does Seth not deserve sympathy? Let's go over it. Rollins returns from an injury. Good. He gets an emotional WWE 24. That was really, really good. He's still a heel. Bad. And then he gets betrayed by Triple H, and because Trips is a heel, we're supposed to buy Seth as a face. That's the whole what? No, that's bad. That's very bad. That's not why. That's the worst way you could do it. Genuinely, that's the worst way you could do it. He was a bad guy, and then the bad guy betrayed a bad guy, and now he's supposed to be good guy. That's WWE, that's bad. Number 9, the divisions.
That's why I finally have the courage to say it to you, Dad. Get out of my ring!
Big 2016 fail was how horribly WWE handled splitting up the divisions. With not enough stars in either the tag or women's division for a proper split of either, 2017 was the time to see how they would execute, and the answer to that would be awfully. To put it in perspective, look at Charlotte and Bayley. One of them is the greatest female pro wrestler going today. I genuinely believe that. And the other is probably one of the best underdog characters of all time, if not the best. Seriously, she was that good in NXT. And both have looked absolutely pathetic this year. SmackDown especially has trouble since they have like 3 actual teams. There's New Day and the Usos, who, I mean, they're putting on great work, but they've been fighting for a decade now. And then there's Breezango, who are hilarious, but they don't wrestle.
The Uggos. They used to do an ugly dance during their entrance. Disorderly conduct? They're twins. Identity theft. No one wants them around.
And that's it. And then there's the Cruiserweights, and fuck, that could make like 3 lists of its own. Number 8, Austin Aries.
He'd be really easy to beat because, well, I'm a better wrestler than you, and obviously a better dresser than you, and I would even say I'm a bigger asshole than you.
Wow, fuck, here we go, getting started on those cruiserweights. As a division, entirely awful. I mean, the only standouts here we've really had are Neville, Jack Gallagher for a while, and then Rich Swann for a very short while. Genuinely, I couldn't tell you who else is in that division. Brian Kendrick. Is he still there? I don't know. I don't watch 205 Live. The worst of it all is Austin Aries, a world-class performer who put on great work in TNA and Ring of Honor. He's given about 56 matches for the title and never got it for some fucking reason. And then he wanted to leave, so he did. WWE, nice fucking job. Number 7, Charlotte. Much like Aries' booking, Charlotte's booking surpasses the awfulness from the division itself. How? It's Charlotte. She is seriously the best. She's okay. Take sex out of it completely. She's one of the best wrestlers on the planet today, period. And she's being treated like Alicia Fox, if not worse. This whole spot could go to just characters that suck in general. I mean, still Seth Rollins, Bayley. What's Finn Balor doing? I mean, WWE. Ugh. Number 6, Goldberg bashes his head open.
29 other men that'll be gunning for the same thing that I'm gunning for.
Goldberg came out to do one of his world-famous excellent promos one night on Raw, and for some reason, he had this little dab of blood just pouring from his head in a straight line. Literally, Goldberg is so intense his own skin can't handle his power. In actuality, it was reported that before every time he enters the ring, Goldberg has this little dumb ritual where he headbutts the door on his way out, as if that actually helps it make more sense or not. Goldberg, why do you hate wood? Number 5, Roman drops the dead man. WrestleMania, you're in the main event, and you're fighting The Undertaker. It's the goddamn Undertaker. You have to be the absolute most professional worker you can be. You try lifting up the big man because you're the big dog and you want to show Big Vince how big strong you are. And then you drop him. You just fucking drop him. Roman, you are awful. Number 4, JBL Falls. John, get a fucking hold of yourself. On 2 separate occasions this year, your drunk old bastard self has found your way walking down the ramp before a show, only to collapse during your walk and roll around in pity and disgrace. Maybe when DDP came out for his Hall of Fame acceptance speech, he should have looked over at you, called you up on stage, and gave you a shoulder to cry on as he escorted you to his house. Number 3, dropping talking smack.
I'm your father! I'm your father! Give me a hug, son!
Talk about fan backlash. This one, unfortunately, does make a little bit of sense. The internet and host of the show itself fucking loved talking smack, and I did too, but here's the truth. This one might not be a fail business-wise. The majority of notable things from the show were watched as clips and streamables. No one really watched the show itself, so from Vince's eyes, it made sense to can it. And that being said, from the perspective of a company trying to put over its wrestlers, yeah, it's a failure on their part. Look at that sick piece of fabric. You want that shirt? That's Watch WWE's very first shirt. Click the link down in the description if you want your own. Number 2, This Is Your Life. The Rock and Mick Foley's iconic, still highest rated segment of all time was once again attempted again. What? And boy, was it awful. Seriously, this is the kind of character burial and cringeworthy writing that could have genuinely derailed both Bayley and Alexa Bliss's careers permanently.
Ladies and gentlemen, my last guest, but certainly not least, Bayley's ex-boyfriend.
Bliss thankfully survived it, but in reality, has Bayley? I mean, no, not at all. She gets full on fucking booed nowadays. How did you do that, WWE? Honorable mention goes out to just Goldberg's whole run. The fact that Goldberg was a world champion in 2017.
3-0 against Brock Lesnar. And look at Goldberg measuring Lesnar. Here comes Goldberg. Oh, to the barricade.
Him versus Brock really did not need that belt. Why would you give him that belt? And number 1, oh fuck yes, it's the it's the House of Horrors. Oh god, why? How did WWE like seriously believe the spooky haunted house gimmick of a match would be successful? I really wish I was in the room when the creative team pitched this one. It's just something else. I literally can't go on further without crying. I mean, let's try. God, this is so difficult. So WWE is not Matt Hardy, right? Broken Matt Hardy was the same weird kind of creepy bullshit, but Matt Hardy is a genius, and he was behind all that, so it worked.
White masks and ties, all gloved individuals. You see the strange DCC in the video wall.
And Matt Hardy didn't take it seriously. He wasn't really trying to put this over as real. WWE really tried to put this fucking floating baby heads over as Bray Wyatt's real house. I really have to stop talking about this. Click like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at DWickedYT if you want House of Horrors to become a spin-off WWE Network show. If we can't have talking smack, give us the next best thing.